Our next speaker that's coming up is Lori Barkus. Recent transplant to Colorado from Florida, where she practiced as a family law attorney and mediator. After 20 years of handling cases in and out of court, Lori created Sustainable Family Solutions. The new venture is a values-based practice that takes the entire individual into account and not just the legal issues. The unique approach first helps clients identify their true needs and then creates legal and personal strategies for accomplishing these goals. When she's not serving clients, Lori enjoys hiking, rock climbing, and travel. And I would encourage everybody, if you're here and you have one of the programs, all the bios are in the programs also. So without further ado, Lori.
Good morning. I'm actually here speaking a bit out of turn, as I was supposed to be on the legal panel tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stay for a second day, so they're kind of taking me in out of sequence, in case you're wondering why a lawyer is up here in a mental health panel. But it actually does kind of go into what I wanted to speak to you about here today. I know that when lawyers come up and take the stage or come to events such as this, people want to hear about the legal issues and how can they litigate, how can they solve for what's going on. You are going to hear from an excellent legal panel tomorrow that's going to give you a great amount of information about that. I'd like to speak to you about something that's slightly different than that. I'd like to talk to you about conflict and how to address conflict. Unfortunately, if you're facing a family court matter, you are placed into an environment that promotes conflict. It's a winner-take-all scenario. It's intended to divide and polarize. Unfortunately, it does not promote what we think of as being in the best interest of the families. And in a perfect world, we wouldn't have family court, and nobody would need to go there for these kind of matters. But unfortunately, that's what we face right now. So the challenge that we have is how to deal with and how to process your emotions when you're going through what could be the biggest and most important battle of your entire life in a system that doesn't really necessarily help you with that. And for many of us, you perhaps have not been taught or instructed on how to handle emotions, how to process those emotions, how to respond to things rather than react. My time is very short here today, so I won't be able to give you a full-on presentation on exactly how to do that, but I want to offer you just a couple of suggestions on this. The most important thing is that you stay very well resourced while you're dealing with conflict. And resource means a variety of things. It means having a support network, a true network that is there for you, that is helping you, that is encouraging you to stay focused on what your goals are. That may be a network that you actually have. It may be a network that you need to find. What I would also encourage you to do is work in a way that you find clarity and you find solutions for what you're going through. It's very easy when you're in conflict, and I know this, I've litigated cases for 20 years, it's very easy to just say, I'm gonna, quote unquote, fight back. I'm gonna be aggressive in this, and I'm going to continue a fight. That is not something I would encourage you to do. I would not tell you that you simply want to lie down, that you simply want to walk away, any of those things. But there's a way to proceed with focus, with determination, and to get to solutions, rather than promoting the conflict that the court system and perhaps the other side may wish for you to do. I encourage you to do this because it'll help you create much more effective strategies for moving forward in the situation that you face. And I know a lot of you may be experiencing a feeling of hopelessness. I see that a lot on social media. I think there's a lot of that going around. I think the system, again, having dealt with it, some people are dealing with it for a very long time, it's easy to sink into that. But I think there's a great deal of hope here today. We're here because an incredible organization has basically brought everybody together, trying to promote what we all know we need here, which is a level playing field in these cases. And the idea that two loving parents will be able to resolve their differences, or if need be, walk into a courtroom on equal footing. And that is our goal, and that is what we work towards. And I encourage you to stay in that goal and stay resourced while you do it. And my time is almost up, but I'm actually going to recall Dr. Torrey to, okay, I'm actually not going to do that, because we had a surprise announcement for Mark, whose birthday is today, by the way, but apparently we are not going to do that. So I'm actually just going to take a moment to thank you all for your time. It's a pleasure to be here. Again, Lori Barkus.